Hello guys, so here we're going to see how Foundry VTT works and some of the main things you should care about. Starting off with your character. This time we're going to be playing with Mason here. There's some bad guys. We're in this cave system here. Can't see some of the parts here. Most of it is visible. And zooming in here. So pretty much mouse scroll up and down, right click you control the map, and then left click you can see bad guys. You can target them using T for target. If you shift T you target both. If you click again pressing shift you can select or deselect them. So with that, how do I actually see what is the character that we're playing today? So we press C for character, or you can also double click your own character. So here you can see the attributes, the skills, and then some of the important stuff like which languages do you have, or I should say less important stuff, the proficiency, but still important. You know, the creature size. Then here's some of the the stuff like hit points, the number of hit dice you still have that you can heal with a short rest or a long rest. In this case, Mason has luck. It is lucky, so he's got 3 still to use. And then initiative, you can click initiative here. So the other thing that we did was to put initiative in a hotbar here. So the hotbar, just so you can see, sometimes it's a little hidden here. So there's a little arrow here. So click, and then it opens. You can also, in this case, I'm using a smaller monitor, or really it's a large monitor split by 2. But say here you have, if you want to have more hotbars, this is how you do it. So you just click the number, or if you want, you just go to the second one. The first one, maybe you're, if you're a druid, you may have different forms. You may want to have different bars here. So for the first one, say for Mason, this isn't working. So just to show you how this works, so let's say I deleted, and just so you can see, make this a little bit smaller so you can see. So you can remove macro, right? And then to create a macro, you pretty much just drag, drop. Now you have a macro. So you can just click to create a macro. You can do the sneak attack, and then you can just copy from another macro. So you click here, and then script, sneak attack, and apply. So everything we roll, we're very transparent. You can see everything that is happening. And okay, so we created that. And also, if you want to give every macro you have as a player, you can edit, and then you can give your own little icon. So say, for example, you have a little, I want to give a little weapon and maybe some stabby. See if we can get some dagger here, maybe. To illustrate this sneak attack. And if you want, you can just press C and see the sneak attack. It looks like this weird fancy dagger icon. It doesn't look like it's in the dagger here, so I'm just gonna put this for now, and then we can save it. So now we have a nice little icon to remind us this is the sneak attack. Okay, so these are the key things that we want to create from Mason. So now you know how to create your main macros. Same thing, he doesn't have a spell casting, but that would be the same thing. You just drag and drop. If it doesn't work, you can find one that works. So I'm still trying to investigate what that's a thing that usually works. So we'll see if I can find out. So back here, so now that we know those are the things, so how do I roll for things like attributes, right? So say I want to roll dexterity. When you click on the name, going to give you dex check, either ability or saving throw. So say I want to roll an ability check, it gives me my +3, and it's beautiful. If I want to give advantage, so say I want to roll for perception, DM says advantage, so you can press Alt for advantage, and then that is going to roll with advantage. So 19 should be the one that it picks. There we go. So 18, 19, and then if you want to give disadvantage, you press Control, you click, and then in this case, well, so we'll roll in like a boss. It discarded, because it's disadvantage, discarded the highest one and kept the lowest one. So that's how it works. So this is the main interface and the main things you should care about when playing with Foundry. The short rest and long rest, these are the buttons here. So you have your hit points, you have your hit dice. So say you took some damage, I'm gonna say oops. Now you're 15 hit points, you're taking a short rest, you can click roll for a roll in your hit dice, and then you're automatically healing yourself here. You don't have to worry about that. And you're eventually getting there. And just as a reminder, say you finish your rest, you spent 3 hit dice, it gives everything that happened and how much you recovered. And then say you want to take a long rest, you just click long rest and recover, and now you're good to go. So you recovered your all 3 hit dice, which is the maximum you can recover per long rest. So just to make this, say for example, you spent all your hit dice, and I'm gonna save here, so you're 0, and then you take a long rest, you should recover just half of it, in this case 3, right? So you would require 2 full long rests to be full hit dice again. It is all basic rules, the D&D rules. And now let's get into combat. So say you are here, DM says roll for initiative. Because we have our roll for initiative here, we just say, hey DM, can you add me to combat? And you say, you're ready in combat. All right, so now I just need to roll for initiative. So you press number 1. And then it rolled for initiative. You are not the first to act, so DM is gonna start combat. All right, so he wants to go here, targets B, and is going to attack with the spear. Mason dodges the spear.
You are on deck.
And also you heard the message, you are on deck, which gives you a clue that you should be paying attention if you're not yet. This girl's coming here, and she is going to cast a spell, say Sacred Flame.
It's your turn.
And now you hear, it's your turn. What do you do? Now say Mason looks at this guy and attacks. So you don't have to open because you already have your abilities here. You can to take a quick look if you want, like, do I have anything that I want to do here? No. Okay, so keep it simple. I'm going to rearrange this a little bit. And then you can click there, and then you use your Rapier number 3 to attack. And then you missed it. You pass your turn with number 2, right? And this guy is going to say, move. Oops. I'm going to say, move here. And then whatever he can do. So in this case, he's going to attack with the scimitar. He missed. Pass the turn. It's back to the beginning of the turn again. And then he's attacking with a spear again. He missed.
You are on deck.
And then this girl is going to attack with Sacred Flame. You took a little bit of damage.
It's your turn.
And now it's finally your turn again. And this is how combat is, right? So you can open to see if you want, or you can just attack with your rapier. And finally you hit for doing 6 damage. And you can see the hit points. You can see also here how everybody's doing. And here as well. These are all options. I usually remove this because I'm already seeing that. And then you can see all the rolls, how much rolled, how much damage, all the good stuff in here. And then it continues like that. So you pass your turn. You know, the bandit is attacking you with the scimitar. You missed. This guy is attacking you with the spear. He missed.
You are on deck. And
then she's attacking you with the Sacred Flame. And you failed, so you took another bit of damage. For another 5 radiant damage. And you
it's your turn.
And that'll be in your turn. You can just click here as well. So you click on that little button that's a nat 1. You pass your turn pressing 2, and everything restarts again. So with that, I think that's the good quick overview of how combat works. In this case, Mason is alone, suffering the attack of these bandits, and pretty much not able to do a whole lot other than fight, and not really able to capitalize on his some other features. And maybe he could have. I'm thinking now, is Mason a... Oh, he might have been able to. Oh no, he's the... what type of rogue he is? He's a scout. So in this case, at level 3, he can move half. As a reaction, he can move away if he wants to. And I think that is it. So anyway, so just wanted to give you a quick show and overview of Foundry. There's some other things that you can see. So for example, for a role, so if the DM share things with you, these are all the things you can see. So tips and tricks is one of them. So for example, how do you move your character? So if you drag and drop your character, we have a module that shows. I'm just gonna pass the turn here
It's your turn.
to get back to Mason. So if you drag and drop, you can see how much you can move before you start dashing. So the yellow is the dashing, right? When it starts to dash, you press C, you open a character sheet, and then you have the skills, you can, the way to target. So everything that I said pretty much today shows there, or should be here, or most of it, I think. And if you have any questions during the game, of course, I would be more than glad to help out with that. And that is that. So just one quick thing just for the gigs. So this is the, if you want to buy magic items, we use this same magical item prices for that. So pretty different than the standard version of magic items, but it's pretty cool. And yeah. Hope you enjoyed the little tutorial, and also to kind of hear how things go. Usually combat is a little bit slower than what we played here with the players, trying to do meaningful actions and coordinating among themselves. But I really encourage, RP, and don't like when people spend, minutes and many minutes on making a small decision. This is not a chess game. This is a real combat Dungeons and Dragons game. So I like to keep things moving as as fast as possible. Of course, new players, they get a little bit of an extra time to get used to and familiarized with Foundry. But I hope that makes sense. So let me know if you have any questions, and thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.